What's going on, folks? This is your boy Clip Commander coming at you with what I would like to call a little tech tip. So what I'm working on tonight is a beautiful 96 Chevy Impala SS for a friend of mine. I'm doing a mild little audio install, nothing super crazy, nothing out of this world, but install nonetheless. So obviously, first place you would start normally would be your primary wire. Now, this is kind of where my tech tip's going to come in, because I've seen a lot of different ways people have done these primary wires. You know, everybody has their own method. But I figure tonight I would like to share one of my little methods. It's something that it helps you up in the battery region. So, what I'm going with here is a lot of times when I see people putting their lugs on, they have just a couple little methods. One of which would be the factory battery bolt. Keep in mind, you only get like a 1/4 inch worth of thread on there. So if you so much as sneeze while you're wrenching that thing down, you're going to knock them threads out of the battery. Another option that people come up with, I've seen, is they'll use these little guys. You know, a couple dollars at your parts store, and it seems like a simple fix. What they'll do is, you know, they'll take their primary lug, and they will just put it on one of these here bolts, wrench it back down. And in some cases, I've actually seen people cut off their factory battery cable end and just kind of run everything all up in there, wrench it down, and hope for the best. In a lot of cases, they still use the factory bolt. So I've always voted against that totally. What I came up with is a little doodad a while back. While I was kind of in the same boat that some of these folks get into. And I'm like, man, what can I do to help prevent ripping the threads out of the battery? So came up with a 50-cent fix. That guy. That is a 1 inch long, 3/8 by 16 bolt with a flange lock nut as a jam nut. So essentially what you'll do is you will put this bolt through both of your terminals into your battery, and with this nut all the way back on the bolt, you'll run this bolt into the battery, snug the head of the bolt down, and then run the nut down over top of the threads. The likelihood of you ever pulling this bolt out of the battery using just your hand is kind of a stretch. Like, you're really going to have to work for it if that's your intentions. And I hate to see people try it just to prove me wrong. But essentially what it looks like once you're all complete, just like that. So I just added that bolt into the factory battery cable through the primary cable lug that I am using on this install. I have used this method time and time and time and time and time and time again, and it has never let me down. I hope this helps some people. Some people might not even see the video, but for those that do, hopefully I just shed a little bit of light out there for you. Base on, fellas.